You lifted him up to Kenny, Miss Kenny, to the hobby. Oh, the plastic. Oh, yeah.
Last week. Plastic.
Oh. I left the Yuki and the Sean
And
the
me.
used one.
Yeah, and me. Hey, you weren't here last week, were you?
No.
Okay, we might need one more copy.
Another more.
Because they never got her.
I got one.
That's as far as I got finished for you.
Oh, thank you. I got one.
Just one more,
Okay.
please.
I just she copied from mine. Yeah, I got
Have
one.
you? Oh, okay. Don't
Don't worry.
Well, consumers, I haven't finished hers either. Let's do it. So today we're just going to finish off with 3 different areas that you just need to be aware of. And then we're done. Yeah, so you've got one for yourself? Right, thank you for that. Susan's got one.
Do you have my paper?
Pardon?
Do you have my paper?
They didn't bring.
Oh.
They were put at the office.
Oh.
All of them are here in the office. I gave them to Vicky last week before I left. This one? Yes. Let me on.
Oh, we have copy somewhere. Yeah. Oh, yeah, this one. You have it. It's okay. Oh, but Bunny needs one. Yeah, but we are not going to do it today. And our name is only.
There. Yes, they did.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Alright. Not all the other groups. Who's that one? Shayla.
Oh, you got yours.
Will anyone see Shayla to give her hers?
Yeah, well.
Okay. And that then leaves Kit and Lily's. Yeah, I did those last week. I left them at the office. Okay. So, Sam, did you understand what this is? Sorry, did you understand what this is for?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I needed to know. So. Okay, so let's look at the sheet that I've left on the table for you.
What was that? We're excited.
Sorry. You know how we've had adjectives that we work with, and adjectives tell us about nouns? Well, this group of words is called adverbs. Have you ever heard of adverbs?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Oh, so I'm going to highlight that one. I'm going to sheet this. Anyway, Shayla's, I think. Yeah. Okay, so what I've done at the top is just give you some examples of what adverbs do. Now they can talk about how. So there's the how, the when, and the where. So what it does is find a verb, and it tells us more about it. So when you look at the first example, Jason quickly read the book. So the action that's happening is the read or the reading of the book. How did he do it? He quickly read it. Most adverbs have an ly on the end of them. That's usually the secret to tell you which one it is. So then we've got the when example. Emma left early. When did she leave? Early. Alright, and Lily and Ben play here. Where did they play? Here. So they're the adverbs. They give you more information. So down the bottom I put 10 examples, and what I've done is underlined the verb part. So all you need to do is find the adverb that tells more about snored, played, visit. So we're looking at number 1. My grandpa snored loudly. How did he snore?
Loudly.
So loudly will be your adverb. So do you want a little go on your own, or do you want me to work through one-on-one?
We can go through first.
You want to go through first?
Yeah.
Okay. accidentally. Good on you.
I have problem, still have problem. Okay. So how do you can what else look like X? The first one. How do you thinking about the speech sound?
You're talking about how to sound out this word?
Yes.
Okay, so you know that it's got more than one syllable, hasn't it? What do we know to be in every syllable?
A-C.
We have to have an A-E-I-O-U in every syllable, don't we? So,
where I-U, yes.
So now we've got A double C. What happens with a double letter?
Chop them off.
So now you've got that bit, so you can say ack. What two sounds can the C make, the next C? You can say k or
C.
K or right? So let's try. We know we have to have a vowel. So after the D will be another break. So we've got to figure out C-I-D. So it can be k-id or s-id. Ak-id, ak-sid.
So the first one, how do you can first one sound ak?
Ak. Because that's the sound that A will make on its own. That's the first sound of A. It's got nothing else there to turn it into an A2. A3 has to be an ST, or the next one's the A double L, the OR sound. There's no L's there, so it has to be an A.
So maybe her question is how do you know that C is ak, pronounced ak, rather than us?
Accidentally? Well, when you're going through and you're figuring it out, your mind, you know that word, you've heard it before. So if you get that far and you go accidentally, then it will spring into your head and you go, oh, accidentally. Because you've heard it before. But that's the only way to do it, is to put a k sound in or a sound. And just see which one that you've heard before, once you work out the whole of the word. So, and you know it has to have a vowel in each one.
So that means if I see the wrong word with more than one syllable, so I have to try to separate them first.
Yes.
Then I try to sound it easily.
The syllables is start breaking it up. If you see the LE, you know it stays together with the letter in front of it. Double letters we split. Vowel in every one of those syllables. And you've got a good chance of trying to work out what it is. If you're not sure, you can always just leave out that word and read the whole sentence. Sam slipped on the ice. So you know, in your mind you can see him slipping. So then when you start to work the word out, accidentally slip, yes, because you're seeing him slipping on that ice. So the word will go with what you're thinking. That's one of the tricks that we teach, younger children. Read on, see if it makes any sense. Is there a word that will fit in there? All right, so in number 2, Chloe played on the beach yesterday. Yesterday, so we're answering the when question, aren't we? So yesterday will be it, I will visit my friend tomorrow. Tomorrow, so that's another when one. George, will you come here? Here is where? Here, yep. My sheepdog sat lazily in the pool. Lazily, yes, it's one of the old lines. That's how he sat. Neil slowly placed a card on the card house. Slowly, yes. That's a how one, isn't it? Neil stopped suddenly and listened. How did he stop? Suddenly. Nathan stamped his feet angrily. Angrily, yes, that's how he stamped. I carefully glued the last piece onto the model. That's how he did it. Sam accidentally slipped on the ice. And that's how did he slip. Pretty easy?
Yes.
But you might want to write on there that most end in L-Y. That's usually quick one, so if you come across them, you know what they are. Okay, we might leave this one till last. Now we're doing talking marks. Oh, throw the paper at your hat. Goodness me. Still got the same initial, haven't I? L-Y, yeah. Okay, they call these, in this box at the top is the explaining of what it is. And on this sheet they've got our dialogue tag. That's what they've called what we're doing. In Australia, it's called speech marks. So can you change that to speech marks? That's the easy way of using the word. Dialogue tags are a bit, a lot of stuff on the internet from America. And down here is the official extra special name for it. So we can call it speech marks, which is easy to remember. This one down here, I've called it quotation marks. Both, it's exactly the same thing. Only speech marks I think are a lot easier than quotation. So speech marks are, I'll turn this around, they look like 66 and 99. Alright? And what goes in between them is what comes out of your mouth. So when you're talking to someone, like I'm talking to you now, I could put my 66 and 99 beside my lips, because what's inside it is what I'm saying. Anything outside of it, we don't put in. So let's have a look at what they've done here at the top for the examples. Jose, isn't that unusual? J-O-S-E is pronounced Jose. It's that little mark over the E, and I don't know what language it is.
This form of J.
It makes it say I. Could be Spanish, yeah. Jose.
So this one is 像her.
Yeah. Because it comes from another country. And in another language, Jesus, which is J-E-S-U-S, is pronounced Jesus.
Yes, Jesus.
It's just a different country. Jesus.
So it's French or?
I have no idea. I don't think so. Somewhere around, yeah. But anyway, so Jose asked, and there's the 60 star. Do you think it will rain today? 99's at the end. Alright, so there's our 66 and 99. And we've got to put the ending to the sentence inside the 99 as well. And that ending has a question mark. The next one shows I have a new umbrella. So that's part of her story. Explained Emily. And I am excited to try it out. So Emily's really said, I have a new umbrella and I am excited to try it out. The bit in the middle says who's talking and how she did it. She didn't yell, she didn't scream, she was just explaining it to people to let them know. And you can do that. If the sentence is very long, you can put a bit of a break in the middle by putting who's talking. Each way is right. You can write the whole lot and put explained Emily on the end, or you can break it up if you want to. And you'll see that in some of these sentences down here. Okay, why don't you check the weather forecast on your phone? Suggested Carly. So there's 66 starting. After phone, that's where she finished talking. And suggested is just the way that she's explaining it or talking about it. Okay, sound easy enough? Okay, so now what we have to do is read the sentences and figure out exactly what the person said. Do you want to go on your own?
We'll give it a try.
Give it a try? Okay, I'll just stand wonderful to watch everyone ready for their work. I said, I'm standing, I don't have to tell you words anymore. This is wonderful. Just all reading away and sorting it out. Beautiful.
Well, I don't know. How do you spell it?
Well, what number is that one?
5.
5. Okay, so we know ED can say F, D, or T. What does S we know?
Quill.
So the EA on our list can make a few sounds. It can make an E sound, it can make an A sound, and then an L after it. So we've got squirt. Now if we put A, squealed, does that sound like a word you know? No? If it's an EA sound where it says E, we can have squealed. Squealed? Okay, well it is squealed. Squealed like yelling.
Yeah.
I see dark clouds rolling in. And squealed. Yeah. So that's how you work it out, by just looking at those letters, going back to that chart we had last week and seeing what sounds they can make.
So are all these the only pronunciation?
Yes, that's why we did it. You
So
have everything you need.
So are there any other pronunciation?
No. So if you're looking up, okay, you knew the squirt, didn't you? And the dirt or the on the end. The L is always going to be an L sound. So EA was the one part. So if you run through EA, there's an EA, so it's make an A sound. So you could sound that out and put the A sound in, see if it makes which no. There's another EA. F, square, swelled, swelled. Doesn't quite sound right, does it? So you're working down like that. There's another EA. E, squealed, squealed.
Okay. So for example, or sound, door.
Okay, or is there.
Oh.
Small, so there's our or, there are all the ors. That's in every word. Yeah.
So every single pronunciation can fit in one of these.
Well, 99.99 of them.
Okay.
Right, there's always one that won't,
Yeah.
but that is everything. That's why we did it last week for you, so you have that, so that when you find words like this, you can find the sounds, check out the sound, see which one fits. It's only that you didn't know the word, squealed, what it meant, that stopped you from figuring it out. Okay, how'd we go? We're all ready for marking?
I have one question before.
Yes.
You see that? Are they together as well? A-I-G-A? 8.
Where did you find that? What word? Are you talking straight?
Straight.
Straight, okay. The A-I makes the A sound in that.
So we don't put together.
You can put it there. GH doesn't say anything, but normally it would just be the A-I. So we've got GH there.
Yeah.
And it's silent as well. But that's the chord. You can count it in there if you want to.
Yeah, but normal, they look like GH, they have a T in the end, right? Most.
Weigh doesn't. When you weigh yourself on the scale, it doesn't have a T on the end.
But most of them have
Most have that sound on the end. So yeah, it's okay to put it there because it's going to be a reminder to you.
I didn't find it.
And it's AI says A, GH.
So it's
It
the
can
same
join it
as
if it wants to. It's silent
that one is
anyway.
not nothing.
So either, yeah, I'm happy with either of them. Yeah. Okay. So in number 1, where did you put the 66 to start with, the beginning speech mark? And you finished it at?
comma.
At the afternoon, comma. Yes, after the comma, good. Okay, number 2.
Do.
Do. Emily asked. Yep, so 66 is do. Perfect. I'll do Charlotte's for her. Okay, so number 3. Of course, yeah.
You should take just cruel.
And then we finish it.
Yeah.
Answered Jose. Yeah. Next one.
If it starts raining.
So after raining, we'll put some 99s, yeah?
And the you.
And the rest of her.
You.
So the rest of her speaking happens after she says Carly added. Right, okay, so that's one of those that's broken up. And wheeled.
Yeah.
I.
It's dark.
It's rolling in, yeah. Yeah. Okay, next one. Number 6.
Oh no.
Yep. Oh no. Claimed Jose.
Carly called and Carly umbrella.
Right.
Hooray.
So now on number 6, we can change after Jose has a full stop. Because that sentence is still going on, that can change to a comma to let us know that we're still going on. Okay, number 7. Hooray.
And then it's finally raining.
It's finally raining. And there's that same full stop after Emily. That can turn into a comma to let us know that it's still Emily talking, that she hasn't quite finished. Okay.
My hair.
Carly mumbled, my hair is getting soaked. Oh dear. Okay, number 9.
Wood.
Yeah, wood. You and
Share my umbrella with me.
yeah, question mark. So we put that in there. Asked Emily, so that's the person who's doing it. And number 10.
Thank you, Emily.
Yeah, so that's in the first spot.
You're more than just a failure.
Okay, and after Carly is that full stop again, so we can turn that into a comma to let the reader know that it's still going on, she's still talking. Okay, has anyone got any more questions about talking marks, or speech marks, or quotation marks? It's just though if you're reading in a magazine, you see it, go, oh, I know what they're talking about, I can understand what those marks mean.
I thought this was mark was for this, both is like this. I didn't know until now. I didn't know this one.
66, 99.
Yeah, some of them they use red.
This, and this, and both things like this.
Well, it normally has the 66 first.
I didn't know 66.
The other way that you often see it is just one of each. That's not what someone's actually saying exactly. Right? It's there if you want to use it as, I'm trying to think of something my kids say, top effort. So it could be Emily telling me it was a top effort.
So not like
so it's not exactly, I didn't say Emily said, Emily was saying it was a top effort.
So it sounds special.
A nickname, pretend name for things, So you'll see those in there as well. Alright, how are we going? Last job. You're going to finish early, how do you feel?
Is it?
Oh, well, maybe a little. Okay, this is back to adjectives.
Cold.
Okay. You got heaps.
Oh yeah.
You've got younger fingers than me. Mine might just quite most paper move.
Oh, that looks kind of
yeah. It's the same thing. It's just.
Oh, sorry. I thought you had some more.
Okay. So this is the adjective. So if you want to highlight adjectives up there, so you know what it's about. Okay. The rule is in the box for us. If ER and EST to words. Right. And what it is they're called comparative adjectives. Because they're comparing stuff. Right? So let's look at add ER, what that rule is. Instead of you add it to most one-syllable adjectives that compare two things. So maybe if we underline that, highlight ER and the two things, that might be helpful for you. The black cat is smaller than the orange cat. So there's two things, black cat, orange cat. Two cats, we're using an ER there. So, but if there's more, then we have to do EST. We have to change it if it's comparing three or more things. So between two, you use ER. Anything over two, we're using EST. So it's like nice, nicer, nicest. So that the sentences underneath them have the ER and the EST. So we've got, this is the something blanket in the house. Warm, warmer, warmest. So would your house have more than two blankets? If it does, then you're going to need the EST, aren't you? So will I let you do those and I'll just sit again? See if you can figure out the rule for it. We should have put that one down in our A2 sounds because the A and the E, when they sit together in this, make an A sound. So we've got a Sunday. A Sunday is big ice cream. The huge ice creams with the whipped cream and chocolate sauce. All that lovely stuff I can't eat. So if you haven't laminated yours, you could possibly put that one in up here with the A2 because we don't have an A-E sound written in there, do we? A-Y-E-Y? No. So it could go in there. It's not an Australian word, but...
That's French word?
It's French, yeah. I think that's where it came from. But at least now, if you see that again, you'll be able to know that it makes an A sound.
Right, how do we go? See, that is a very, very longer fishing pole.
Longer fishing pole.
Longer or longest?
Longer.
Longer.
Yes, because there it's less than two.
This is very...
Right? They were only talking about that fishing pole and probably compared to a normal fishing pole.
They go ahead that in here.
That, which is talking about just the one thing. And our rule was up to two, you use ER, after two, EST. So we're only talking about one thing, so it's got to be the ER use that. It's a very long fishing pole.
So why?
Yeah. Well, why don't we do that? Because there's only one item.
Yeah. See this one. Normal is longer before.
Then
We don't use long.
Yeah.
We don't wear it, are we?
Well, we can do it just long because it's only one.
Long. Yeah. Okay. We don't.
Longer is up to 2.
Yeah, but I said if we use longer, but we don't use very, are we?
Very long.
Very longer.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't read the very. So yes, long should be the one in there. Sorry, am I bad?
No.
I just missed sometimes. Okay, so back at the start, this is the warmest blanket in the house because we know every house would have more than 2 blankets.
I guess it's because of the dark.
This is
warmer. If there's
this is a warmer blanket.
If there's a dark here, cannot put here.
It doesn't make sense, does it? So maybe that's another thing that we can do. The smallest, we can. That's probably a clue. I don't know if it happened all the time. Right, but it is a clue, isn't it? So, yep, you could use that as one of the clues for it to help you decide for sure. Okay, Maria is happier than Jane, so that's 2 people, so it's the That was the something Sunday I've ever eaten. Biggest, yes, because there'd be a lot of Sundays around. Katrina ran even. Faster, yeah. January is the month of the year. Well, tells you it's not our country, hey? That is a very long fishing pole. Yeah, that makes sense. That was me not reading properly. Mr. Jones is the nicest teacher in the school. Okay, and in the bottom, I just stuck, we did that last week. I don't know if I did it with both groups or one, the A and Anne. Did we do that with you?
I think so.
Okay, we can use when the next word is a consonant start. Can't be A, E, I, O, U. All the other letters of the alphabet, it's just But if you want to use and, then after it will be a vowel that starts the word.
What are the Y sound? For example, yolk, egg yolk, yolk.
Yolk. At the front of a word usually makes its own sound, and if that's the case, then you use the
Okay.
But I can't even think of a word where the Y makes a different sound at the front.
But in Y sound, it comes with not yolk.
No, because the Y is making its own sound, which is Y. Then it's Okay, so just put that in so you had a copy of that as well. Alrighty, so before we do the last little bit, is there any questions that you want to ask about any of that? I just thought if you had it, then you can go back through the book and read it if you get stuck with anything. Are there any questions about anything else that we've done?
Tons of questions.
Because I have a couple of, we've done ER and EST, but there's just 2 sentences that we'll write about few and more. So you get that one to put in as well.
I don't have problem.
What problem?
What's the problem?
Do with this. I can't solve your life.
Problem is a question. Problem.
Oh yeah, my husband lots of problems.
Get rid of him. That's my
problem solved.
Problem solved.
I need to go to my lunchbox to get the letter, to get the thing to show.
Oh, okay, alright. Okay, so put a little bit of space till it's in your black book. or on the back of this page or something, where we'll just write, look, that is, if I don't know how many of those I've brought with me, I may have enough to put between you, so you can copy it. This is to do, and then underneath is some jobs, but that's the bit that you'll need to write into your book, so that you've got the little rule there. I might have to share. Right. That's to do with more and most, and it gives you that clue again. Okay, I'm coming.
Share. What's the name? Share.
Can you share? Yeah?
Yeah.
Everyone can see it? And this is the other one that we were doing, and it's about fewer and less.
Yeah.
And it's that same rule, like with two or more, or countable and uncountable. But I just thought if you put those in, that might help you when you come across it as well. And there's little activities on the other side if you want to have a quick look and when you're done. You might be able to highlight more two things, most. So it's just a reminder for you. So really probably only need to just do those two there if you wanted to. Just helps you to remember. Remember we did countable objects and uncountable, like sand can't be counted, water can't be counted. That's what it's talking about in not countable. Okay.
This one will be one. Yeah. The boat? Yeah.
Then I'll answer your question. How's that?
Please don't believe in Andrea.
I was going to write on the board, but it's probably easier. Copy it from there. Wombats canopy rising up out of the sandbar known to few. So what's widely used up, canopy rising up of the sandbar.
Yeah, why we had to do this? We don't have to do this one, have we?
Well, out has to be in there.
Why?
Because that's part of, if you didn't have it there, you've got rising up of a sandbar. So that doesn't make sense. Out of means it's coming up, out of the sandbar. It's part of the action that it's doing. Otherwise you've got up of the sandbar, out of the sandbar.
So you said that means showing the shine.
It's showing the actions that's happening, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
That kite has had a lot of adventures.
Before I asked has, they had.
Yep. That kite has had a lot of adventures. So that
So why don't you use two of them?
that kite had a lot of adventures. That kite has had a lot of adventures. It's just a way of saying that in its past it's done lots of things.
Yes.
You can write both words together. The kite had a lot of adventures. That still sounds okay. But has had adventures means that and over time. I don't know how to explain that properly.
It has done a lot.
You have done a lot.
I have done.
Has done a lot. So that has had. He has.
It's already, the kite has already done all
The kite has done.
Yeah. Say this one had. This is done as well. Then had done. That means the kite.
But if the kite had a lot, it's just like
has had.
Has had.
Yeah.
How do we explain that?
Yes. It has had. It means like it has done. It's done. It has done a lot.
had is like finished already. He did, but he just like kite did. But hasn't done more. Feel more like more done, more experienced.
Yeah, it's a hard to explain to you. Has had a lot of. I have had a lot of headaches.
So that means
It can be
had,
used twice.
that means you can happen before, that means you can happen, still happening in the future.
Ongoing.
Before and
now.
ongoing, that means.
Now.
So that's the had is the past.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
had, then maybe in the future we'll still
It's
with
still going.
Okay, I see.
All right.
Has.
It's very difficult, that one, isn't it? Okay, anything else now, because we've got about 4 minutes left forever, so is there anything that you want to look at with these? Do they make sense, like this one? The more, that's the two things again, most for three. That one's an easy one to remember. And then the fewer and the less. And if you remember, to go back to our nouns, to countable nouns and uncountable, that's what it's talking about. So if you're talking about things, sand, water, flower, they're in that uncountable line. Yeah. Now I'm going to leave all of that over there until the end of April.
Yep.
I will come out in the last week of April and collect all of my stuff. So if you've got things at home that you're working on or you want more jobs, you've got another 4 weeks. And then I'll come out and take it all away.
Okay.
So if you've got anything at home, just start bringing it back.
No more lesson.
No, this is it. You've got everything you need.
It's just not in here.
Yeah, just have to look back on our book.
We had done, but we haven't done.
And my advice is read. Go to the library, join the town library, get a book out and read.
Also go at home.
Have a lot.
We have done a lot with you, but we haven't done much.
The only way like riding a bicycle. You can sit and look at a bike forever. You can learn all the parts of it. But if you don't get on and ride, you will never ride. So please, read anything. Just read. When you read, you will come across those things. Go to your book to get what you need, find it out, and keep reading.
So, do you think if I read 2 months, am I will improve?
You will improve through the roof. That's all you need to be is read. And you can start with baby books.
Baby book,
And work your way up.
It's easy to read.
Yeah, the more you practice, the easier it will be.
Yeah.
But you really, I can't do anything now until you do all the reading.
Yeah. So, are you able to come back to teach us one day?
Well, let's see how you go. Let's see how. Like I say, we've just done 6 years of schoolwork in 6 months.
So how about in the high school, what they do?
They go on and they learn words and phrases related to the subject you're doing. So if you're doing chemistry, you'll learn sulfuric acid, all the other words that are needed and used in chemistry. But what you've got now will be for newspapers, magazines, forms you fill in, reading newsletters from school, on TV, in books.
So really basic.
Not basic. You've got everything you need if you don't want to go to higher education. Everything you need, you've just learned. But to do it, to practice, you must read. If you don't read, it's a waste. Right? So it's up to you, each of you, that you have to do it. And if you want to go on to higher education, you certainly can. You've got your TAFE courses and stuff that you can do. And you've got all the language you need to learn.
I'm going to TAFE now.
Good.
Where are you going to study?
I'm going to study more of this.
English.
English, my math.
There's all courses and stuff you can do there. Go for it.
Is it possible to buy books like English school for junior high school or high school?
If you went to a book that teachers can often use, and you can buy those yourself. You can go to the library, town library will have all that as well. So there's more, much more to learn, but this is what a 13-year-old goes to high school with. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Don't say much like Japanese, like we market it. Market doesn't need to teach. They don't. They hire from schools.
Yeah. But they do it like, have a go at the newspapers and try the library. Town library might have, like Lucy said, books, textbooks for the high school. Yeah. All right.
Thank you very much.
Well, good luck.
For your
Thank
effort.
you for speaking.
For your effort and helping out.
That's all right. I enjoyed it. It's something I've never done before, so we.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
That's all right, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And if you get stuck on anything, just let Sandy know and she can ring me or something. But otherwise, I'll come out in that last week in April.
Last week in April.
Yeah, and let you know.
We'll all be here.
Yeah. Collect all the goods and take them back. And I don't know what I'll do with them, but anyway.
All be sitting.
I'll put them in a cupboard again. Alrighty, well, all the thank you very much. Appreciate it's been here. And with you. Well, thank you everyone for your help and support.
My husband keeps complaining about all these newspapers he hasn't read. And I put, like A1, this. Yeah, and all the magazines. My parents, you'll see all those things, left, fewer, and stuff, underline and
Anything you find, read.
Thank you.
Alright, see ya.
Thank you very much.
That's okay, bye.